What's going on, guys? It's your boy One2tricks here, and today we're going to be going over Vladimir top. Alright guys, so let's get started with Vladimir's passive. For every 40 points of bonus health, it gives Vladimir 1 ability power, and for every 1 point of ability power, it gives Vladimir 1.4 bonus health. Vladimir's passive gives the champion more value for his gold, increasing the effects of the runes and items you build on him, allowing you to gain defense every time you buy ability power. This passive makes Vladimir extremely item dependent, thus getting your ability power items is extremely important. The HP to AP conversion, it's not that high, so one should think twice before stacking health instead of AP. Let's move on to Vladimir's Q, Transfusion. Vladimir drains the life force of his target, dealing 90 to 230 damage and healing himself from 15 to 55 health. This is Vladimir's main spell. It allows him to sustain the lane and get the last hits, which are usually impossible to get. You will want to max this first, as spamming this spell will allow you to gain lane dominance over your opponent. During the early game though, this spell is on extremely long cooldown, so you want to use it wisely. Vladimir's W. Vladimir sinks into a pool of blood for 2 seconds, becoming untargetable and slowing enemies above him by 40%. Vladimir deals 80 to 300 damage over the duration and heals himself for 15% of that amount. It costs 20% of the current health, so be careful when using the W as it brings you down a lot. Use it only when you need to run away from someone or after you use your combination of E, W, R, and then wait for the enemy. Let's move on to Vladimir's E. Vladimir unleashes a torrent of blood, dealing 60 to 160 damage to all nearby enemies. Each cast gives him an empowered stack max of 4, increasing his healing and regeneration by 4 to 8%, each for 10 seconds. Additional ties of blood cause and base damage increases by 25% per stack, costs 30 up to 70. Let's move on to Vladimir's ultimate. Vladimir infects the target area with a plague, causing 12% increased damage for 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, infected enemies take 150 to 350 damage. An extremely strong ultimate which amplifies your team's damage by a whopping 12%. This ability complements AoE, team comps, and a well-placed Vladimir ult can be devastating. You should always aim to land your ult on 2 or more priority carries so that they can be burst down immediately. Usually you will choose to enter the team fight second after your jungler or mid locks down 2 or more enemies, while you follow up with your sustained damage from tides of blood and transfusion. Let's get right into the items now. As you can see here, I'm going to have an example of the final build that I usually have. First, you want to start off with your Doran Shield. Gives you 80 health, restores 6 health every 5 seconds, and blocks 8 damage from a single target attacks and spell from champion. With that, you want to add 2 health potions and you're good to start. If you're now going against an AD, you want to get your boots of speed. That way you get your movement speed. Next, you want to get your Hextech Revolver, giving you 40 ability power plus 12% spell vamp. After that, you will want to finish the Will of the Ancients, giving you 80 ability power, 10% cooldown reduction, and your spells and abilities heal you for 15% of the damage dealt. After that, you want to start off your Spirit of Visage, giving you 500 health, 70 magic resist, 150 base health regen, 10% cooldown reduction, and the main reason I get this item is because it increases all healing received by 20%. Next, you can either get the Death Cap, giving you 120 ability power and increases ability power by 35%, or you can get the Sonia's Hourglass, giving you 100 ability power, 45 armor. And to end the build, you would want to get the Voice Staff, giving you 80 ability power, 35% magic penetration. Here are 2 different masteries that you can run. I'm going to have a picture right here so you guys can follow it. As you can see here, the first one's 18 and 12, and the second one's 12 and 18. You guys can decide which one you want. Next, we're going to be taking a look at the ruins. You can follow this if you want. You want to get the Greater Glyph of Scaling cooldown reduction of 9. You want to get the Grey Seal of Scaling health 9. Great Mark of Magic penetration 9. Greater Quintessence of Scaling cooldown reduction 1, and Greater Quintessence of ability power 2. This can be changed to your preference because This is what you want to start with. I recommend using this one, but like I said before, you can change it to what you would like. I'm going to be adding a list of champions that counter Vlad, and you can see if they're hard to play against or easy or medium to play against. Here's the list. You guys can take a look, pause the video, check them out, and you can decide if you want to use Vladimir against them or not. Here are a couple tips for Vladimir lane phase. Vladimir isn't a good duelist early game. If you understand this, his way to kill someone on lane phase is abusing a sustain. This is just how it works. Keep poking your enemy, but don't ever go all in, otherwise you'll regret it. Vladimir is a nice split pusher when he's doing okay, because he can 1v1 most champions and farm really fast. The only problem is that he takes too long to destroy a turret, so keep that in mind. If you're losing the early mid game, then get defense items first, like such, to survive and farm. Later you'll be able to finish your items and become stronger. Alright guys, this is all for this guy. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you guys on my next guy. If you have any recommendations or any questions, don't forget to leave them down below, and I'll try to answer all of them.